Hi everyone, welcome to your January 2018 monthly reading. I will be getting everybody's reading out in the next 3 days here, so I'm quite busy. New Year started off with a bang. I got a lot going on. Hopefully everybody's doing well and has had a great start to the new year. The Eight of Pentacles fell out, so it's a time where everybody's pretty focused is what I'm picking up with that. I put it back in the deck. We'll see if it comes out again. So this is just going to be general for everybody. See whatever it is that you believe in wants us to focus on. We have the Ace of Wands. So there's like a new there's a new focus and drive. I'm getting the word drive forward. And it's on passions. It's like a spark, a new renewal of some sort of passion that you have. Some of you might even be getting ideas, and these ideas might come to you quite quickly. You want to write them down in case you forget them. Even if you're weighing things out, I'm seeing like a pros and cons list. Maybe somebody's writing one, I'm not sure. But what I'm getting is like you need to go with the flow. So as things happen, it's not to like worry or be concerned about it. It's just to see it as not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to push forward, to grow and to learn. And then for somebody else, I'm getting that I'm getting a warning here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, we got a lot of new starts here, people. I am getting here a warning of being like self-focused. Like, so what I'm getting is, okay, like in the last monthly reading, I gave the example of like myself not with subscribers and comments, and that's a quick way for to gain more popularity. Okay, well, so like I'm giving this example here because I should have probably explained it a lot better. We're live, people. Okay, with doing that, okay, some people, in some cases it'll be because they're more concerned about fame and fortune, right? Like that's what their concern is, that's what their goal is. Okay, in that case they've sold their soul, they really have. Okay, uh if you don't, okay, in the example I'm giving here, when you don't you're also missing out on life lessons and opportunities for self-growth in a manner like that. Okay, because you're not learning how to uh, tame the self. Okay, because there's, and it's the armor's coming up here again. You have to learn how to gain, um, like it's like the universe, life, or some like whatever you believe in is trying to give you an armor. Okay, like in you're not just going to get it, you have to build it. Okay, a warrior doesn't become a warrior because they just go out there and start battling. Okay, no, they're trained for years. There's sacrifice that has to go into it. So this means that they have to learn patience. They have to learn self-discipline. Okay, so if you're somebody is trying to do a YouTube thing, I don't know why it's coming up again. Okay, if you unlock, if you lock all the subscribers and stuff like that, that's a sign of fame and fortune. That's, a reflection of the person's inner projection of what they're trying to achieve. But it's also what happens is the ego will get so boasted or boosted that it ends up becoming self-sabotaging. Okay, because like, sure, yes, you get comments that are bad, or people unsubscribe, whatever. That stuff is supposed to happen. It's there to teach you lessons and not to care about the opinions of others. All right, if you lock all of that stuff, well, then you are really missing out on some valuable lessons that the universe is trying to teach you, tools of discipline and order and structure. Okay, it's a slower, more methodical process, but it's one that will give you a firm foundation. Okay, so in a manner, it's like some of you guys have to realize that your negativities are not negative things, they're positive things. They're teaching you lessons of discipline, uh, morals and values, even of staying true to yourself. Okay, because that's something that you have to learn how to do, and you're always going to have forces that are attacking you and the universe testing you to see if you're really going to walk the walk that you're talking. I don't know. It's self-focused though for some reason. Like you can't be concerned about quick, fast, and easy. That's what I'm getting. Quick, fast, and easy, okay? Because you want to do things in a grounded, more methodical manner, okay? You want to be practical, grounded. This is like being realistic about things here, okay? Uh, People that are realist are not afraid to look at the hard facts and the truth that sits in front of them, right? And it's not a pretty it might not be pretty, but it's necessary. All right? Like through your struggles, that's how you become a warrior, all right? Like hopefully that makes sense that for somebody that's coming through uh in some manners people that because I don't want to like hurt anybody in some manners some people may like they're very sensitive and they block uh if they are doing a YouTube thing and they block people off. Uh, but generally speaking, it's a fear base. Okay, they're also coming from fear of failure, I mean, there's a multiple reasons that people can do that. But generally speaking, it'll be because they're concerned about fame and fortune. So they're selfish. Their needs come before the needs of others. Uh, they could be a narcissist. The narcissists are quite funny in the sense that you'll tell if a person's a narcissist because they can't handle criticism. All right. They're very self-focused and it bruises their ego. So people that are narcissists tend to lock off subscribers and comments and because they're concerned about fame and fortune, right? They don't want anything. And they will publicly humiliate people too. You got to watch for that. Narcissists will gaslight other people. They're they're very self-centered. Uh, but you also have people that generally speaking are they have a fear and it's a fear of failure, a fear of not being accepted for who they are as well. They can't like uh in that sense they are good people, uh but they are going to start swaying to the more I don't want to say negative forces because what will happen is they won't be able to handle things in the appropriate manner that because life in the universe has given them lessons to learn and they're refusing to learn them. So their ego will get so boosted because they think that they're doing great. They won't see the wrongs that they're doing. Like you need to see both sides. You still like I it's very complicated this reading. And it's so you can build a firm foundation. So again, if you're not doing like a YouTube thing, I don't know why this YouTube thing's coming through. Uh if you're doing something generally speaking in life, and I spoke in the last reading too about okay, standing true to yourself, and that being the faster way to be on your path. Yes, it is true. It is the faster way, but it is a more difficult, uh, a more exhausting, and a more it really pushes you to your limits. Okay, a lot of people don't take that way. It's harder, but it's faster. It really is faster. You just go through more uh, quicker than you would if you sat there and thought about things. All right, like you intuitively know, like you know what direction you need to go towards here. You do need to build a firm foundation though, okay? And you need to, with the Ace of Pentacles here, you got to be very grounded, practical, and a realist. All right, realists look at cold hard facts. Okay, they're not. Uh, they can see through illusions, and they don't do politics. All right, like they're pretty cut and dry. We have the Ten of Swords here, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so the Ten of Swords, it's saying again, we're very self-focused here. It's facing cold hard facts. It's not running away from fear, okay, or lying to yourself here too. You don't want to lie to yourself. Uh, it's like you have the ability to do what needs to be done. All of you guys, whether that's in an area of work, uh, your leisurely activities, if you're going to the gym, if you're cutting habits, if you're starting a new relationship, if you're moving, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, your creative projects, You have what needs to be done, but you have to stand true to yourself and be authentically you. You can no longer, it's like, lie to yourself, okay? Or you have to see things for what they are around you in order to get things, the wheel in motion here, in order to switch things up. Uh, it's your internal compass. You really need to focus on your internal compass here. You're being guided somehow and protected somehow. Okay, well, you got good cards here, you guys. All right. We have the Nine of Wands underneath. Okay, so this is again, it's self-focused. It's putting your foot down, not with just others, with yourself here. Okay, it's taking liability and responsibility for your own actions and not allowing the actions and the opinions of others to sway you off your path. Okay, this is like doing what you internally feel is right for yourself, uh, and taking the leap of faith. Okay, and understanding that when you take that jump, okay, that it might be scary, or for somebody it's like there's some sort of action, adventure, or uh, new job, something new that you want to go after, okay, or start, or you want to restart something or spark something in your relationship, build a new foundation, some sort of structure you're trying to renew. Okay? In order to do that, you have to go inwards and see the part you play and the part the other person plays, and be a realist and cut through things. You have the Knight of Wands. Okay, and the Knight of Wands, that card does represent Sagittarius. Could be a Leo or an Aries, not necessarily. It could be somewhere significant in their chart. It could be like Mars, Venus. Uh, they could have multiple asteroids that are placed in one of them, like I don't like to focus on just signs. The energy I'm getting though is like you guys, you need to take action yourself. This is as an energy that doesn't really have it's not that they don't have concern about others, but it's not they don't base their actions, their opinions, or their ideas on what other people's needs and wants are. They stay true to themselves. They're on a journey. So the cards are saying whatever uh, failures for some of you that you've had, they're not failures. You need to see them differently again. Okay, so if you faced your fears, okay, you'll understand fears are nothing more than an illusion. So this is not running. Uh, if you're running head first towards this new beginning. And you see here, there's a baby even, so it's like a rebirth. Okay, it's like not afraid to take chances like a child. All right, because if a child takes a chance on something, like, and they don't like it, it's not a big deal. They're quite creative. They're like, oh, I'll try this. Oh, I'll try that. It's like you got to find what it is that you want here, but you got to also go after it. It's not going to be just given to you. It's you taking the actions on it. Just know, okay, there's no glory without pain. So whatever sacrifices you make, I'm getting the sense it's going to be a slower process, but uh, it's like your short-term sacrifices are for long-term gain here, right? You have the uh, Knight of Pentacles, so Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Okay, it's an Earth energy on top of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so again, we have a realist here. Okay, you need to be emotionally excited and opened. You do have the Page of Cups here, and that's the, okay, let's picture a child, right? Like a child walks up to another kid that just started in a school and is new, and we'll share their like lunch with them, or go out and play outside with them. Ask them to come over to their house. It's like taking chances and, not, some of you have a fear of rejection. It's like if you get rejected, you need to laugh that off. If somebody has a fear of rejection, you need to laugh that off. Okay. Again, we're going back to like the beginning of the reading when I was saying that you can't hide from things. You have to face them head on because those are your tools that create your armor. That's what shapes and molds you and builds you. And it's the harder way, but it is the fastest way to get back on the direction that you need to go. This is your compass. It's directing you onto your path. Okay. I have a Sag Mercury, so when I explain things, they tend to come out. I'm not a Gemini. I do have a Gemini MC. I don't know if it does me any good, but like your compass is going to be directed by your feeling. Okay, some of you need healing, but you can't heal until you feel. All right, like your emotions is what guides you. It's your internal compass. You have to go after what you want, and you can't be concerned about the opinions or what other people want. Uh, any obstacles that you feel that are in your way, okay, they're not obstacles. They're lessons for you to learn. Like, uh, it's basically the universe giving you tools. Okay, you can see it as a negative or you can see it as a positive. All right, like you need to look back and be like proud of who you are, where you came from, and all the obstacles you've overcome. You can't see them as negatives. You need to look back at it and be like, holy shit, like I I've been through this, I've been through that. So whatever you're going to head towards is not that big of a deal. If you made it through all of that in the past, then what you have heading towards you is nothing. It's you're heading towards glory. Uh you can't be too quick to take action. You do have to be methodical and think about things. You have to be a realist. You can't you got to see through illusions. Yeah, you have to get over personal hurdles. And these hurdles, okay, you may feel like you're battling you may feel like the outside world is giving you obstacles, but they're not obstacles, okay? They're it's like what I'm seeing is like it's like you're going on a road and then suddenly like a wall is coming down, so you're blocked from that road, and then it's like redirecting you. So you're being like redirected. I'm seeing like I'm seeing like an image. Have you ever seen those memes where it's like my guardian angel and it's like a guardian angel looking down at you and shaking their head, like it's not that like the universe is like they're not disappointed in you. It's like almost like they've tried to direct like they're at this point they're like, okay, we're gonna help you out and we're gonna direct you. Like they're gonna shift you onto your track. You got to take the opportunities though here. You have some sort of new partnership that's coming, all right? Some of you could have a fear of commitment. You also have fear of opening up due to past wounds. And again, the child energy is coming through as in you have to be like a child and just go up to whomever you're interested in and be open hearted about it. Okay, like, and not fear being rejected or disappointed. And if that happens, well, then it's not the right person for you, and it's gonna be a part of your past. You're gonna move forward, and you're gonna meet somebody else that you'll be interested in, and they'll probably be interested in you. It's not a big deal. It's like you need to you definitely need to let go of something in the past, some sort of fear that you have, and it's internal. And it's like you're deeply holding it in. My concern here is self-sabotaging. Okay, it's like if you don't want to have conversations with people, okay, then you're just making things harder for yourself. It might be uncomfortable, but again, you have to do it. You know what I mean? There is a sense here of self-discipline too. It's still coming through. You have to have self-discipline, which means that you have to face up. You have to be a realist and face facts here. It could even be cutting people out of your life that no longer serve you, right? Like, you do have to figure things out. Like, this reading is weird. It's the way I read is energy. So, and it's with energies, it's like I'm only given a specific amount of information, uh, and it may be due to my placements because I'm a Sag Sun with a Sag Mercury, so that's extremely blunt and forthcoming. Uh, and I also have the Mars Venus Aquarius, which is, like no holds bars with that either, right? They're very open. They're odd, they're weird. Uh, so, like, the universe, spirits, whatever you believe in, probably gives me a limited amount of information. And also, I have a lot of Scorpio placements. I got uh, Scorpio Saturn and Scorpio Pluto and South Node Scorpio as well. Uh, so, there, in some senses, I may know too much. So they put a cap on me, I think, which is probably wise, people. Sag Mercury and Sag Sun, like, oh, it's entertaining. I get myself in a lot of trouble. You do need to focus on yourself here. You need to break barriers. The barriers that you have, okay, that you may be pointing the finger at the outside world, and it's, you need to take on, this is like, well, take it on as the Sag energy, which is like, okay, it happened. You can't do anything about it. You just look for the solution, right? You got the Earth sign here. Earth signs find solutions. Okay, say it's a Virgo. Because you have the wheel here, I'm getting the mutable sign energy. Because the wheel always turns. Okay, immutable energy is flexible. So, like, I'm picking up Sag and Virgo, okay, and they're flexible. So Virgo can handle any problems that come towards them. Uh, they might get annoyed, all right, and Sag also handles problems that come towards them in a very different manner than Virgo. It probably drive Virgo nuts the way that Sag handles it. But it would also drive Virgo nuts that the fact that Sag usually gets it done, where Virgo handles things in a much different way. The energies you guys are getting is you need to take action. If it doesn't go well, then oh well. You have the Virgo energy sitting there saying that you'll have another solution, you'll have another plan. There's nothing but opportunity coming your way. It's the Wheel of Fortune, but you got to take action on the opportunity. You also have to put in the work. Okay, you have the 10 of Swords here and the 10 of Wands. You have to put in the work. You have to make the sacrifices. You have a Scorpio energy in here as well, and you have Libra energy that's coming in. Okay, the Fool here, that's taking chances. All right, and that's not it's also not being afraid. We're coming down to fear here again of how others perceive you, or even these perceptions that you have on yourself. You have to break the barriers. You're capable of a lot more than all right, but you have to take the risk, and the risk can't be for others. It has to be for self. This is very self-focused. That's very deep too. Like, uh, you got to get balanced, uh, and you have to make some decisions. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, they're going to be tough decisions, and they're going to be final decisions, uh, but they're positive. They're going to push you forward. They're going to start this new beginning and you're going to find new passion. You got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. All right, but it is there's some sort of risk you're going to have to take here, and there's some sort of truth you're going to have to see with the Libra energy being in here. It's okay. It's balancing the scales here. So it's again, it's like you can no longer lie to yourself about things, like uh and with the Libra energy too, it's like the mature Libra energy, okay? And it's like the mastery of Libra energy I'm getting, okay, which is very different than, that the idea in our lifetime is to master and come from the highest vibrations of our energy, the highest frequency that we can obtain. And that's just a lifelong journey, like as long as you are in the student teacher relationship with yourself, understanding that you're never a master, you're always a student. Like at no point in your journey can you feel like that everything, okay? Because that's just being self-conceited and egotistical, okay? And you're going to be brought down a very it may look exteriorly, like in the exterior realm, that it's a good life, but in the interior realm, which would be in the self, it would be very miserable. Those people are very miserable, okay? So quite often the people that have less are the people that are happier. They made the sacrifice, right? They're not concerned about the exterior realm, they're more concerned about the interior. The internal is what you need to focus on here, uh, because you'll get on your path. You're going to have some haters. You're also going to have, okay, you're going to see them as obstacles, but they're not obstacles, okay? For some of you, like if you're stuck at home and you're with people you don't want to be living there, and you're all like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do. There's no way I can get out of this. Okay, if there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way. Always a way. Okay, it's just the self-talk that's happening in your mind needs to stop. Okay, because it's sabotaging you. All right? There's always a way, and it requires sacrifice. It may not be the way that you want, but it's almost like the universe needs to see, um are you willing to do the work? All right? They can't do it for you. Like they can give you the opportunities and supply it. For some of you, this is like a new house that you can move to get out of a situation that you're in. But it like maybe in an unexpected way where you might have two roommates. Okay, maybe that's not what you wanted, but I mean that's what you have to do right now to get yourself out of the situation that you're in. Okay, there's always a way. And then a year down the road, you'll be able to move in with just one roommate, or maybe 6 months down the road, one roommate, and then you'll save up enough money where you can have your own little bachelor pad. Like this is also talking about saving up for like if you're into music and you want to be a DJ, well, then start making the sacrifices to save up for your DJ equipment, which means, no longer buying coffee every day and making your coffee at home, all right? Budgeting, things like that, all right? Also finding like the true meaning of what has value to you. Uh, so that's like, okay, maybe some of you uh, don't would rather make the sacrifices. Maybe you live on your own. Okay, maybe you have a nice steady job, but maybe you want to travel a lot more. So how are you going to make that happen? Well, you need to save costs. How do you save costs? Well, you're going to have to make sacrifices. Uh, you might have to move into with a roommate because you're not going to be home all the time. Maybe you have a job that allows you to travel. Uh, like for instance, you found it like for myself, I got a job where it's 4 days a week. That gives me the ability, if I wanted to travel on the weekends. Unfortunately, I got school and I do this and life. Haven't had the time. I'll get there eventually. Things are shifting right now. But it's like, okay, well, you make the sacrifice now. Maybe you don't need to live in a big place all on your own. Maybe you need to downgrade, live with a roommate, and then on your weekends you can go travel a little more. Maybe you're starting an online business and, like you can get a roommate and that gives you ability to travel because you don't have to worry about your finances, about keeping paying rent on your own. You know what I mean? If there's a will, there's a way. You got to find out what it is you want and then make it happen. However, in this reading, you are getting the unexpected. like there is going to be unexpected things. Again, you can't see them as obstacles or barriers or like, oh my God, the universe is trying to stop me here. No. Okay, you got to see it as it's a tool for you to gain more knowledge and wisdom, and a tool for you to break a barrier with the self and to find out that you're capable of a lot more than what you thought you actually were capable of. I mean, that's what they're it's it's what the is coming through in the reading. Some of you may be taking a journey or a trip. There's somebody long distance here. I don't know if it's a friend, a romantic partner. All right. So, like, if you might be taking a trip or a risk to go see them because it's hurting you to be apart from them. Or you might have met somebody and you're all concerned about. Maybe you met them. Somehow I'm seeing that you haven't seen them face to face. And it's a concern for you to, like, um, meet up with them. I don't know why. Some sort of expectation that you have that, like, you got to be a realist about things, okay? Like, some of you may be involved with somebody and it seems like it's going to go good, but you may have to go see that person. It's like you got to take the leap of faith. You can't wait on the other person, but you also have to communicate things properly. With the Two of Cups, considering the other person's needs and wants and emotions as well as your own. Don't move too quickly. Don't be afraid to take risks, is what it's saying, and to start things over and try new things. You definitely, you like, it's like with the Nine of Wands here, it's like you need to create barriers with yourself and break the barriers, but you also need to, like, put your foot down and create barriers where need be. So this means holding yourself accountable uh, for things that you want. Okay, like if you want something, you got to go out and you get it, and it's not easy. Okay, it can be quite difficult, but that means at no point can you give up. Like, you got to see that difficulty as you don't just win a race. You have to actually run it. But you also have to train for it. Like, you have the King of Wands here, and this is action oriented. So this is talking about also like asking for help where you need it. Okay, I'm seeing this guy, like, I'm getting this energy of, like, the words, the show Friends, Joey Tribbiani, how you doing? That's what just came through with this guy. I'm not sure why. Some of you could be getting an offer from a guy. Uh, he seems very, like, closed off, but he's very the perception that you have of him could be very different. Like how he is internally, like he might put on a very good tough guy facade, but he's a teddy bear underneath. That's what I'm getting. And you got the Ten of Cups here. So if you're thinking of taking a risk to go see somebody, those of you that are dealing with somebody, okay, and there's this separation thing, uh you need to go after your happiness. You need to go make a sacrifice. You, like, go after what you want. It's not just gonna happen. You can't sit around and wait for it. If you're dealing with somebody and it's like you may want things to move faster than they should, you need to be practical and grounded and a realist. All right? Don't wear rose-colored glasses. Take things as they come and see it as opportunities. If that opportunity fails, well, then there's another opportunity, and that one that failed was nothing more than knowledge and wisdom that you're gaining. And it may not seem like it at the time, but it will be a tool for you to get to where you need to go in the end. Right? It's a journey. It's a slow journey. This guy's walking. This guy's running. Running and leaping. So it's like, take the leap, but don't be a fool. Look forward for the ground, and then, take the risk with the wheel of your fortune changing here. Take action on it, like make that move, and then your feet are going to be grounded again and slowly move forward to what it is that you want. All right. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out. I will have your monthlies done within the next 3 days. They'll be popping out here. And I'll do them like I do the regular monthlies, where I cover work, home, and relationships. And I cover relationships that come in all forms. It's just the way I like to do things. But definitely, you guys need to. You can't run from any difficulties, and you can't see things as being difficulties. You got to see them as opportunities for you to grow and learn and advance. And you got the Star and the Lovers. So this is talking about self-love, hope, renewal, dreams, ambitions, that type of thing. You want it, you got to go get it. You got to make the sacrifices for it. If people are trying to interfere in it, well, then you're going to have to find another way. All right. So that means, like, when people are I can't speak apparently. When people are bombarding you with stuff and adding stuff to your plate, you may have to create barriers and say no, and really get things done. If there's some sort of trip you want to go on, you may have a lot that you have to get done before you can go on it. Okay? Or some of you are working really hard towards a trip, and you have the 10 of Cups there, which means family. So some of you could be working really hard towards your family, creating a vacation or getting some sort of bond back with them, working on a renewal of the bond with your family. But that also means that you may have to be a realist and face facts and have those tough, hard discussions. It's may not be what everybody wants to hear, including myself, because I'm in this with you guys. But it's everything I speak with you guys, I have to go through it as well, like this is a journey we're all on together. Just know that everything that you're doing and that's coming at you is helping you build your foundation. I'm seeing a book here too, somebody writing a book. Yeah, write your ideas down for your book. I'm seeing one of those thought bubbles that are a web. But yeah, anything you guys are gonna face is for your foundation. And I am getting that, okay, for some people there may be some, it's not mirroring I'm getting, but there may be some truths or that things that come to light about yourself that you're gonna have to face, that you might go into denial about, but you can't go into denial about it. Like what I'm seeing is the universe may place a mirror in front of you so to reflect things so you can see things, and then face the facts and then make the corrections and the necessary starts over again with like the Ace of Wands and the Pentacle. That's like the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new start, new beginning. Get you on firm, grounded foundation here. They're trying to push you towards happiness, but it's also like you gotta cut the things out of your life that are no longer serving you or working for you. So it could be like people, friends, acquaintances, jobs, habits, that type of thing. New health regimens too is coming through. I'm also getting that. And somebody doing a cleansing of the body. I'm not sure. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out, and I will see you in your monthlies. Ciao for now, and namaste.